Alright everyone, welcome back. And it is time 74 to 50. And this one is interesting because while 175 only had 4 new games, this bracket actually has 7 new games, almost double. What does that mean for the rest of the games that get pushed down off the list? Is it just because better games were added, or is there a reason I don't like them? Well, let's find out. And again, if you hear my mouse, which you no doubt will, or hear me typing something, it's just because I have to cross-reference it with last year's lists to see what place it used to be and how many spots it went down. So, with that all said, let's start with 74, which is Super Paper Mario, which was 60th, down 14. And again, this is one of those ones where, yes, I still like it a bit more than Thousand Year Door because of its charm and its writing and stuff, not as much its combat, but I really do need to play the Super Mario original trilogy more. I feel like all these games are on par with the N64 version, but it's just because I've played the N64 version so much that it's higher, and these ones are a bit lower down. Like I said last episode, Thousand Year Door is one that I would watch out for. It'd probably go back up into the 60s or even the 50s, and I have a feeling that Super Paper Mario could also end up back in the 60s area as well. So, yeah, those two are still fighting for it. Do I like the combat of Thousand Year Door more, or do I like the creativity and writing of Super Paper Mario? It's one of those things where I always preferred Super Paper Mario, but playing them both over and over again now, I'm not so sure. I love 2 games in this series, a direct sequel, and yet I love them for such different reasons. It's really bizarre, honestly. Speaking of direct sequels, we have number 73. A bit of an upset, this one, much like Super Mario World, and that is Banjo-Tooie. This is the biggest change on the list, apart from Majora's Mask so far. Banjo-Tooie 73 was 42nd, down a whole 31 slots. And there's a very simple reason for this. I was letting my love of Banjo-Kazooie blind me. Banjo-Tooie is a very good game, but the reason I like Banjo-Kazooie is because there's not a lot of backtracking at all. You are in your finite world, a perfectly sized one where you can find everything, and then leave. Once you leave, you know you've got everything. You can see tallies, you can see what you've got. There is one instance of backtracking, but that's only to get a Jiggy. You can get all 100 notes and everything in either world before you have to backtrack. Banjo-Tooie is one of those games where when you're first playing it, you never really know what you have to do next. You gotta backtrack to worlds and everything, and while the game is just as charming, just as creative, even more creativity in the worlds you could say, and the music is just as good, I've never finished Banjo-Tooie. I've seen it finished so many times in live streams and speedruns. When I was really into speedrunning Kazooie, I would then go and watch people speedrun Tooie, and I really enjoyed that as well. But I was letting all that blind me from the fact that if I were to sit down with the game personally, with no internet, and try and beat it, it would be impossible at best, and, well, at best, it would be really, really annoying at best and just getting on my nerves, and at worst, it'd be impossible. So that's why this one has gone down so much. And I know I said I wouldn't talk a lot about games that weren't new on the list. That's why I'm putting more into per episode, but when a game drops down 31 positions, I feel like I actually have to speak up and say why, because that's just a massive drop. It's one of those games that I think I have to sit down and really learn before I can have it start climbing the ranks again. But until that day, it sort of just sits here. That's just my personal opinion, and I apologize because I know that this game's really beloved. But like I always say, if it's still in the top 100, I still like it, so it doesn't matter where on the list it is, you know? Anyway, enough of that. Number 72 is Mario Party. Was 59th, down 13. And, yeah, what I said everything I need to say about this game. before. It's the classic, it's the first one, it's the series, and is part of the amazing Mario Party original quadrilogy of 1 to 4. That really is just classic, isn't it? It is a bit more cheaty and a bit more bullshit, so you have to go into this game sort of knowing, okay, there's no guarantee I'm going to win, and it's all going to go to hell, so let's just have fun and play the minigames and see what happens. Honestly, I'm sort of, in my head, struggling with Mario Party 1 and 3, which one is better? And there might be some upset on the list in 2020. There's a lot of games I really got to sit down and think, which one do I like better? And nothing has shown this more than this section of the list, I feel, so, already. So yeah, Mario Party 1 still deserves to be on the top 100 for sure. Absolutely. Number 71, Super Smash Bros. Melee, was 58th, down 13. A lot of people's favorite Smash Brothers, and again, I have to disagree. I think it's a great game. It's very nostalgic. The way you unlock the characters in this game was probably the best and the most interesting. You could make it interesting with Brawl. You absolutely could, but there was a way to cheese it by just doing a Subspace Emissary. Wii U was just a joke. And Ultimate, Ultimate was just a joke as well, so really the most interesting way to unlock characters that made you actually feel like you earned them was in Melee, and, well, the original 3, really, but there's just not much to unlock in the original, so, you know. Still a great game, absolutely not the best, and since I don't play with friends a lot, it's hard to, for a single player experience, it's hard to put higher up. Other Smash Bros. Games have more to do as a one person playing, so, yeah, that's why it's down. Number 70, Boom Street, also known in America as Fortune Street, was 57th, down 13. Honestly, still a really great game to play with friends. I love it as much as I did. It's not a game that really gets old. Its replayability is insanely good, through the roof, and that's why it's up so high. It only went down because new games went up on the list. That's really the only thing that brought this one down. So, there we go. Now, this is the one that I might... Yeah, this is the one I want to talk about on the list, probably more than anything in this big chunk of games. So, in my Knockout intro, I was complaining a lot about a certain Activision game, and how one game brought upon my entire 8th category for ranking games, microtransactions. Number 69 is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I love this game. It was easily in the top 60. Definitely. It was... as a kid, I played Crash Nitro Kart. The first one. I never played Crash Team Racing. I always played Nitro Kart. But, playing this one now, I can see I missed out. I mean, I loved Team Racing. I need to play that one again and put that on the list. That's another one for 2020 I need to do. Regardless. Nitro Fuel. No. Team Racing, sorry. Yeah, playing the remake, I love it. I have 100%ed the main story mode 4 times. I played it twice on easy to get a hang of it, and then when I got the hang of it, I played it twice on normal and beat it 100% on normal as well. And I unlocked a lot of costumes and stuff doing that. I never played any of the online, so I didn't get the big bucks, but I got what I wanted. Certain characters, certain skins, certain wheels, and I was happy. And then the Grand Prix started. And as soon as I saw the Grand Prix upon opening in that unskippable cutscene with the chickens, I just knew. Microtransactions are being added, aren't they? And then, a couple weeks later, I see the news everywhere. Microtransactions are being added to Nitro Fueled. And I feel betrayed, I feel hurt. Oh, it's just cosmetic, is what they all say. And my only really response to that is, you know it's not cosmetic. You know that that's not a thing. There are news articles about kids being bullied at school because they don't have Fortnite skins. I could lead you to several studies about just cosmetic that pretty much destroy that point. But I don't feel I need to, because this is my list, and if I feel like the "oh, it's just cosmetic" argument doesn't hold any water, I'm going to say that argument doesn't hold any water. And the fact that Crash Nitro Fueled now has costumes and stuff that cost 9,999 coins instead of the, like, 5,000 they used to cost, and you get less coins per actions, yeah, really ruined the game. Now, I'm not going to give this game -3 points for microtransactions, unless I did, I don't remember, but you can still play the game absolutely without purchasing any of them. You just won't get any of the characters and the skins without doing a lot of grinding. Kinda like a mobile game! Yeah, kinda like that. It's a practice that I unabashedly hate. But it hurts because Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is one of the best games of 2019. For me, it is. This absolutely should be higher on the list. Absolutely. But it can't. Because Activision ruined it. If you don't agree with the fact that microtransactions ruined the game and you still think it's amazing, tell you what, add 3 points to this. Where would that put it? It would put it at... yeah, put it at like 60, 59, whatever. There you go. That's your ranking if you don't think the microtransactions killed it. But if you think they did, like me, they stay at 69. A great number for Crash Team Racing to be, since Activision pinned us down and choked us with their fucking money cock. Ugh. I'm so down on this, but honestly, it's still such an amazing game. I hate that I have to be so down. It's a new game on the list and top 70! Yeah, I love this game. It's amazing. Go play it, but don't spend any money apart from what you bought it for. Honestly. Oh, wow, okay, and the next game's not going to bring us out of the controversy. Number 68 is Undertale. It was originally 56, down 12. Undertale, still a great game. It got... well, we know how the reaction was to the fan base and the game and the whole hating Undertale culture that started, much like games like Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's had before it. And like I said for Minecraft, Undertale is a good game. You might not like the fans, but really, Undertale is a good game. It went down 12 only because better games came along, and Undertale doesn't have the replayability that a lot of games have. And that's something I said in the last bracket. Replayability is a big part, and you can't get really high up, you can't get in the top 50s by only having a great one-time experience and then not being replayable. There are some very small exceptions, but you have to be like blowing my balls off with that one playthrough if you're staying in the top 50. So, yeah. Undertale's still a great game. Number 67, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Was 50th. Down 17. So yeah, this was the cap-off for this bracket last year, but it's gone down a little bit. It's not the best Super Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, sorry. In fact, I dare say it's my least favorite Mystery Dungeon game. Granted, I have not played the one that was Japan exclusive, obviously. But, yeah, the graphics and music in this game are amazing, but very difficult early on for some reason. And I know the Mystery Dungeon games are notorious for having some difficult sections, but so early on, and really polarizing things, the game really beats it into you that you're a child playing this. Your character is a kid. They go to school. They constantly have rules and being told they're addressed as kid, child, all that sort of thing. And then they go and throw a really difficult section of game at you. And I don't understand that polarizing thing where Pokemon's like, absolutely a kid's game, but also we're going to make it very difficult. What? I don't know. I feel like the two games that came before it, if you count Sky and Darkness as one big bundle, as better. Not to say it's not a bad, not to say it's a bad game. It's really good. It's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It's still got all the charm that it had. But yeah, I'm very confused about it. Is all very confusing. So that's why I went down a bit more. Number 66. The House of Dead 2 and 3 Return was 55th, down 11. Purely better games came up for it. It's great replayability. I've replayed this game so much. I've played it over the years. It's a very short game, but you can replay it to hell and back. Which, given the nature of a game shooting zombies, you might as well be going to hell and back replaying this game. But 2 games for the price of 1. Really great, honestly. I will still say, this is the best use of Wii technology. The fact that you have this little remote, you don't have to plug in 1,000 cords and everything, get it all set up and calibrated. You just grab a Wii remote, sync it up, you throw it into a zapper or a pistol if you want, but you can also just hold the remote, point at the screen, and it still works fine on modern TVs today. What more to say? This is still the definitive experience for on-rail shooters at home. They got this nailed down in the Wii era, and really we haven't seen them beat this. As much as you want to say about that, so yeah. Number 65, Saints Row 2, was 54th, also down 11. You know, went down 11, same as House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return, so you know that the reason, like House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return, is just that better games came up. Honestly, Saints Row 2 I haven't actually really ever beat fully, but the missions I have done are very enjoyable. The just mucking about in the overworld as well with the cars and stuff is very GTA in the best ways. And that's something I appreciate it for. Some people say, clear GTA knockoff, why do you like a game for doing the exact same things that GTA does? I think we need more like it. The market nowadays is saturated with open world stuff. Like, that's the go-to now. Every game's open world this, open world that. But I feel like the GTAs and the Saints Rows have things to do in those open worlds. Other open world games to me feel very boring at times. This is why Breath of the Wild, I will keep saying, it's not on the list. It's just not good, in my opinion. I know, people are gonna hate me for that. Not my favorite Zelda, probably my least favorite Zelda game. We're not counting the CDI game here though. But yeah, that's why I still like Saints Row 2. Number 64 is a new game to the list, but honestly it should have been on here at the start of the list. It should have been here in 2017 when the whole list was being made up, because this is a game from my childhood that I re-got on Steam and still love it just as much. And that game is Worms World Party. Yes, this brings back memories. I'd spend hours and hours and hours on this game, just grabbing a bunch of computers, getting a whole heck of a lot of worms on everyone's team, and bazookaing, and concrete donkeys, and air strikes, and burying underground, and burning him, and poking him, and punching him, and baseball batting him, and it's so fun. It was so fun for the time as well. They haven't really ever bested this formula, the Worms World Party formula. This is sort of where they got the game perfect. And this is definitely the one I played. And it's just an amazing, amazing game. It is a turn-based, it's a turn-based war game. You have to, all the worms have health points, you gotta keep using tricks and stuff and weapons to knock out all the worms and get the health points down, and it's really fun. It's on Steam now, so you can pick it up and play it. It's pretty cheap, I think, so yeah, absolutely recommend this game. Not too much to sound it, other than it's a really amazing little game. Number 63 is Mario & Luigi Partners in Time. Was 51st, down 12. For the same reason that Superstar Saga went down. Just there's a lot of annoying little mechanics in between the good writing and the good battles that really kind of bring the game down a bit for me. Not much more to say with that, honestly. It's still a good game, like they all are, but yeah, honestly, not much to this one. We can move on. Number 62. LA Noire was 46th, down 16. It did go down a bit more. Yeah. But, while it did go down a bit more, I don't dislike the game I don't like it more or less. I enjoy the game as much as I did back then, honestly. Not much has changed for my feelings towards the game. I feel like I want to replay it again pretty soon, actually. I haven't played it at all in 2019. I think I'm going to change that soon. Pretty much, I think, near the end of the year. So yeah, it's just one of those games where the replayability in a game where you have to, solve things and, puzzle your way through stuff is pretty limited. The story's there, though, and it makes up for it, but again, you can't be a limited replayability game and stay in the top 50. And LA Noire just found itself in that position where replayability was not a factor, and so I had to knock it down a little bit. Number 61 is Bomberman 64, originally 49th, down 12. Bomberman 64 is a game that I really need to sit down and learn how to play the story mode, because right now I'm basing it on the battle mode, which in my opinion is still the best battle mode in all of Bomberman history. All the maps, especially the hurry up hazards in all the maps and stuff, and the music, it's the best Bomberman experience you're gonna get. So absolutely grab 4 people and play this. One of the best party games on the 64. Honestly, it's probably just replaying the Bomberman 64 mode. It's the multiplayer mode thing on Bomberman 64. It's really fun, and if you know what you're doing with the story mode, it can be fun as well. And again, the music is just holy fuck, yeah, amazing. Number 60 is a new one as well, another Worms game. This one is Worms WMD for the PS4. Honestly, it's Worms World Party with updated graphics, pretty much the same stuff, but you can make your worms sound like Bob Ross, and that alone brings the game up above Worms World Party. That's all I gotta say. It's Worms World Party for the modern console, with a few more things added, some items and stuff that weren't in Worms World Party, and modernizing the graphics and stuff, some new maps and things, and you can make your worms sound like Bob Ross. I don't have to say more, that's it, we're done. Next, moving on. Number 59 is Pokemon Stadium. Was 47th, down 12. One of these games where there's not too... I love Pokemon Stadium to death. There's not too much to do. You can do the gym stuff, but it's really hard to impossible if you're only using the rental Pokemon. It's one of those games where you do need a transfer pack and your copy of Pokemon Red, which I actually do, and if I had a way to record AV, it's something I would do for a series on the channel. But I don't got no way to record that, so... it sucks. Hopefully I find a way to one day before the battery dies on my Pokemon Red, because if it dies, then there's no way we're going to be able to do the series. I got 150 Pokemon on my copy of Pokemon Red. Luckily I took a picture of that certificate because the picture's going to last, but the battery will not. But, you know, it's okay. But, yeah. The minigames of Pokemon Stadium is still great, and fighting with people on the big screen with the rental Pokemon, well, Pokemon Sword and Shield's going to come out pretty soon, but at the time of doing this, when it hasn't come out yet, it's going to be a couple months, it's still the best way to battle people on the big screen. Actually, people are really pissed off about Sword and Shield, aren't they? Because not all their Pokemon are going to be in it. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 actually got all the Pokemon from their generations in their games. So who knows, maybe people will still be saying that Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 are going to be the best way to play. Honestly, Pokemon Stadium 1 is at the top here, but I think Pokemon Stadium 2 is the best way to play with people on the TV, just because you've got the Johto Pokemon as well. So, that is a point towards Pokemon Stadium 2. I'll give it that. I mean, it is on the top 100. It's not like I hate the game. Come on. Anyway, the Pokemon Stadium series is great. Let's just move on. Number 58 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't even know where the hell it is. That's why, okay, we have our first one that's actually moved up. An old game that's moved up. The new games don't count. Yeah, this is absolutely... All the other games that were on this list have moved down to make way for new games, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe actually rose up. 19! It was 77th! It is now 58th. Why did it go up so high? My friends and I have officially put 250 hours into this game. It's our go-to game at the moment. It's amazingly fun and replayable. Just all the maps and stuff, all the game still looks absolutely beautiful and sounds absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I don't think I gave Mario Kart 8 Deluxe enough credit in 2019, so here I am making up for it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just an absolute solid game, and it deserves to be higher up than it was, and that's why it is where it is now. Anyway, number 57 is WarioWare Gold. Was 45th, down 12. Kinda got the smooth moves problem. All WarioWare games kind of have this problem of replayability, but still being really charming, fun, little quirky games to play in a short little span, and that's why they usually work better on handhelds, and now that we've got WarioWare on a handheld that's not the Wii, I feel like it works a little better. It's more at home there, and that's why it is higher up than smooth moves, but still down a bit off the top 50 because of the reasons I pretty much all mentioned for smooth moves. And that's about it for it. 56. This is another upset on the list. Yeah, so 56 is Donkey Kong 64. It was 29th, down 27 spots. Why is that? Well, to put it as best I can, it has Banjo-Tooie syndrome. It's just got too much to do and it's too overwhelming. But I think I put it way, way too high. I put Banjo-Tooie down in the 40s, and honestly I think that's where I should have originally put Donkey Kong 64, in that 40s area, because it's not a game that you can... There's so much you have to do, so much you have to find and collect, which can be great, but there's always these having to switch Kongs and stuff, and the fact that if you miss something, these worlds are just so much more massive that you're never going to find that one bunch of bananas if you miss them. So yeah, it's one of those things where it can be a nightmare to 100% it, and it can be very confusing. Still an amazing game, still deserves to be here, just not that high. So, number 55 is Smash Bros. 4, or Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Was 38th, down 17. Another little bit of an upset, down a few places. And that is because, well, we all know why. Basically, this game was a very nice upgrade from Brawl, but it didn't have a proper tournament version, and that really hurt it in my opinion. But it had a lot of new characters, a really great roster. The graphics and the fighting combat and all that stuff was improved and was amazing. But yeah, it kind of felt a bit hollow to me. It felt to me like Brawl had more in it overall. It just tuned the mechanics and added more characters, but it kind of took out some of the charm and the soul. And that's how it's always going to feel for me. So I don't think it deserves to be that high up. Especially now... No, there's no point hiding it, we all know. There's a better Smash Brothers out now. There, you happy? Yeah, we all know it. That's all what we're gonna say. Yes, the new Smash Brothers absolutely destroys this version of the game in every way. It's not like Brawl where I can say there's this mechanic that didn't carry over. Ultimate just destroyed this game. There's no need to have it now. All the characters that were in this game are in the new one, and all the modes, and it's just obsolete. Smash Bros. 4 is obsolete, and that's why it's gone down so much. Still an absolutely amazing and solid game, but what can I say? It's obsolete. Number 54 is Plants vs. Zombies. A bit of a weird one. Only down 2 spots. Yeah, only down 2. Bit of an interesting one. It hasn't gone down a bunch like always. I played Plants vs. Zombies again recently, and I feel like this is the perfect spot for it. Somewhere near the middle of the list. It's nostalgic, it's a lot of fun. When you get a lot of plants out there on the field at the same time, just destroying zombies and stuff, it's really, really fun and cathartic to just just pour it all into the zombies and just destroy them all. And also just finding your own little setups that really work. It's a lot of fun. Plants vs. Zombies really deserves to stay here. It did go down a couple because just a lot of really great games came up. And, yeah, it's amazing. And... So, it's actually the last old game from 2018 that's in this bracket. 50 to 53 are all new games. All new games to this list, so we're going completely off here. The rest of this list is new games, so enjoy. Well, I say new games, absolutely none of these games are really new. None of them came out in 2019. I don't think any of them came out in 2018. Was it 2017 or 2018 for some of these? I don't know, but I can guarantee that one of these definitely didn't come out even this millennium, so... Millennium? Century. Good lord. Hope it came out this millennium. Well, yeah. Actually, both of those statements are correct. God damn it, 2000s! Whatever. Let's just... Number 53. I finally played Red Dead Redemption 1. And I was missing out. I love Rockstar's GTA series, so I thought, okay, you know what, I've seen a lot about Red Dead Redemption. I don't know too much about it, but I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna give it a chance, and I loved it. I really did enjoy my time with this game. The shooting, the just going around the Wild West and helping people with their problems and stuff. As honestly, I think I explored this world more than any GTA world. Going around, because Red Dead Redemption 1, I've heard a lot of things about Red Dead Redemption 2 being very slow and all that sort of thing, but Red Dead Redemption 1 is a lot more, less accurate and factual and stuff, but I think that makes the game more fun. Yeah, it really is amazing to go around in this world and just do all these random things. The story was really great and really compelling. I loved the ending, and all around, really fun experience. I enjoyed it, and I will definitely play it again. So, yeah, can't believe it took so long for me to play it, but Red Dead Redemption's on the list. I'll have to find that, zombie expansion that they made. I know the discs exist, but unfortunately by the time I actually got around to playing this damn game, those discs don't, appear in the local game store anymore. There used to be a dime a dozen in there, but that time is coming past. The PS3 is really old now. Hell, the PS4 is on its last legs. How scary is that? But yeah, I'll find it, and it might even bring Red Dead Redemption up because I'm going to count them as all as one package. Number 52, Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight. Now, people might not know this about me, but I'm really into rhythm games. When I was a kid, one of my favorite Flash games of all time was a game called Super Crazy Guitar Maniac Deluxe, a whole series, 2, 3, and 4. 1 was really janky, but 2, 3, and 4 were all great. I absolutely loved them, and playing those games made me really adept for rhythm games. Also, being a guitarist in real life, like, you can hear my guitar in the background there, maybe over the squeaking, but yeah, I'm a guitarist in real life, and rhythm games are just sort of a natural thing for me. And when you compare the music of this series, which is a new series that I found recently, I really enjoyed the music of this series. It's great. And the rhythm game part of it was really awesome as well. I get so sucked into rhythm games like these. I can't say so much about the series yet, but I can absolutely say that the mechanics of this game are brilliant. The way you unlock more tracks as you progress and everything. The fact that this rhythm game has a story mode as well, which is really crazy. But I really appreciate that and enjoyed it. And yeah, I platinumed this game on PS4, which isn't a hard thing to do, but I definitely went the extra mile to do it. And even after platinuming it, I still played for hours and hours more. Number 51 is its sister game, Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight. These two games were released at the same time to complement each other, and just as great. It's pretty much the same thing as Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, but it's Persona 5 stuff. And, yeah, why is this above 3? I think I like the music a little more. I like the story slightly more, and yeah, it's just honestly down to preference with these two. Obviously they're 51 and 52, it's just, which one do I like more? And Persona 5 just beat it out, so not much more to say. Persona 5 and 3 dancing games, the rhythm games, some of the best rhythm games I've played. I adore these, and I've played them for hours and hours and hours, so there we go. Number 50. I can't believe this game wasn't on the list. This is like... What was I doing? This is like Operation Wolf. Tecmo World Cup Soccer. I keep saying this. Tecmo World Cup Soccer is the best soccer game on the NES. It is the best soccer game out of the NES, the Super NES, the Nintendo 64, the PS1, any Sega console. Tecmo World Cup Soccer is just amazing. I didn't even like soccer as a kid. I've grown to appreciate watching it now, especially when Denmark and Australia both made top 6 teams at FIFA. That was very exciting, having 2 teams to root for that both got knocked out by the time top 8s came around. But anyway, yeah, Tecmo World Cup Soccer. I adore it. The music is godly. It's just so fun to play with friends. It's just so frantic and everything. And it's one of those great replayable NES games that just I recommend everyone play. I'm not saying you should do this, but it's very easy to get it on your NES Classic by just downloading a couple things. But yeah, best way to play it is just, you know, on your genuine NES if you so happen to do that. But the problem with that is that it's European only. It didn't come out in the US, so it's hard to recommend that. Yeah, oh well. If you find a way to play it, absolutely. I can't think of a better way to end this bracket than with Tecmo World Cup Soccer. So with that, I'm going to bid you guys farewell, and I'm just going to let the music for this game run because, oh fuck yeah, I'm jamming. I'll see you guys for the next bracket, 49 to 25. It's going to be a hoot. Catch you then.